single mom who lives with her parents wants man who makes $5 million a year to marry her under a prenuptial agreement that he doesn't have access to the wealth in a trust that she doesn't know the rules of or how much is in it. Under a prenuptial agreement. Does that summarize it?
I get it. I'm overweight.
No, that's not.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Talk Podcast. Well, this is so random. I'm sure that's what you guys will be thinking because it's such a short clip. But what I found interesting in the few seconds of what they were talking or what this man was saying is just the 5 million that stuck out. That was such a very precise, but yet such a random number, if that makes sense. So let's just take the situation for what it is. She is a mom. She lives with her parents. And she wants to get married, which is a nice thing. And she wants the man that she would like to get married to make 5 million a year. Just let that sink in for a moment. It's just so odd, right? You guys have heard my opinion. There's nothing with, wanting to be just in a good position financially in life. I get the idea, oh God, I want a rich man. I get that, but is it just me or is that something so odd about all these numbers? Like, where do they come from? But anywho, so then there's something about a trust that he shouldn't have access to, but it's mainly his money. So completely random, completely confusing. There was a slight comment about her weight, or at least I guess she brought it up. That's what she took out of all the summary that he gave back. We're not going to focus on that. We're not going to focus on anything else but the aspect, once again, that I don't think it's the right thing to go for. Putting people in a box, like very, how to put it? Very narrowed down. Does that make sense? Because I guess if you flip that, no one wants to hear that. If that was the other way around, no one wants to hear, oh, I want someone that makes, bam, 397. I don't know what that number was. Where did that number come from? I'm trying. But, it just doesn't make sense. Is it good to have an average or an understanding of what things are going to cost you? But I just find it so odd, especially when you yourself are really so far away from that extreme number. This is, to me, I don't know how other people think about 5 million, but to me that is a lot. Does that make sense? That is not what we're hearing, your 100K a year, which is also, for people who really understand, not the average. But things are getting expensive. Life is expensive wherever you live. Nowadays, some people are going to tell you 100K is not doing what 100K used to do. A different topic for another day, maybe. But, back to the 5 million, that is just mind-blowing. Is it just me? Where are these numbers coming from?
So, if anyone has an idea, please drop a comment. Where are these numbers coming from?
But I think I'm going to leave it at that. This is really just nice, sweet, and we can really connect this to what I previously kind of touched on. The trophy wife situation, how people come with ideas of how things are supposed to go, and they get so obsessed about that idea that they are reckless or even delusional, in this case at least. Just mindfulness. Let's just connect that to the things that we talked about previously. And I don't think there should be any reason why, when you're trying to look for someone that you want to share life with, if you've been listening to my podcast, I will never sit here and pretend that financial aspect within a relationship, especially from the perspective of a woman, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it has no space or importance. It has. But I really struggle with when that is the only thing people really want to focus on. It mostly never works out. I don't know about you guys, but I watch a lot of weird crime stories. It's my pet peeve. Is that how you say it? And when it has to do with relationship and it was connected previously to some kind of finance ideas of what people think they could do or get access to certain people because of their financial stance, it always ends bad. I mean, not always, don't get me wrong, but I hope you guys get the gist. See you in the next one. Bye.
The key and point, what I'm looking at is
That's
the idea versus the reality of the thing.
I think what he's just trying to say, it's a bit not realistic.
Now, these are my standards right now. It can change when I meet the right man. God doesn't know what he's going to put for me.
Why in the world would you think that God would want to send a man to suffer?